Right. I'm going to have to pick up the camera to demo this one. All right. So here, this is the bottom piece. All you can see that's changed is that I've kind of, man, that doesn't focus very well. All you can see is, maybe you can see it, is that I've tacked down some of those cables on top of one another so they'll sit cleanly in the case. I've added the DC jack and I've added feet, so it'll sit nicely. That's not what's interesting though. Over here, this is the middle plate. I have it clamped, those wires. I'm doing the same thing that I did over here, where I'm kind of glue tacking them down to the case so that I don't have to manage them as I put the thing together. Oh, and I've installed the LEDs, but even that's not what's interesting. Let's set that over here. This is the interesting one. So I've put all of the front panel hardware in. I have this down here scotch taped so that, because the glue isn't quite dry. That's the encoder. That's the 16 position neopixel ring, and that's the 64 square array of neopixels. That's the interesting thing. That's the microphone, but right there, here's a modeling trick. On the front side, remember I print the bed side down. There's no support structure. On the front side, I've put that divot, and a lot of these breakout boards that Adafruit and SparkFun sell, they're usually single-sided. Oftentimes for cost reasons, it's cheaper to assemble a single-sided board. But you can take advantage of that by, in your divot that you have cut out for the part, again in Blender, do a Shift A, 3 Boolean cylinders, and space them roughly equal to those to the pins on the breakout board that you intend to mount there. I'm going to put a little tack of glue on the back, and then I'm just going to pull those wires through such that the thing sits in there nice and flush. Let's put this back up here. See if I can manage that. Okay. I think that'll work. All right. So don't have to do much glue because we still would like to retain the ability to remove it if possible, but just enough to hold it there securely. And tug on that very gently. I don't want to have to pull it back out to resolder a line that I break. There we go. Oh, no, it's not flush. Oh, that's why. Assembly is sometimes tricky. Did that do it? Yeah, it should have done it. There we go. That feels a lot better. It's just a little... Fit in there cleanly before. I made sure to solder to the top side so that it didn't put a solder ball on the rear. I may have just spaced my holes too far away. Oh, no. There it goes. Okay, so now it should be sitting in there flush. So now all I have to do is install the little case window and all of my wires. Make sure to color code your wires before you do that, because once I put the window on here and tack it down with glue, I'm going to have to remember the part number and the pinout, or have the data sheet on hand and just remember the orientation. But since it's a light sensor, the orientation is going to be pretty obvious. So anyway, leave it as an exercise to the reader to figure out the minutia.